Converting currencies. As you discovered earlier, you will want to know the current exchange rate for the US dollar if you travel to another country. Currency is the legal tender of a country. In the United States, it is the dollar. The exchange rate for the US dollar with foreign currencies fluctuates or changes daily. In this investigation, you will use your calculator to convert currencies of other countries to US dollar. Comparing currencies involves ratios. Let's explore. Use your newspaper circular or catalog to find the retail prices of 5 different items. You can also use your computer. Then, select the country that you would like to visit. Convert the price of your 5 items from US dollars to your selected country currency. Let's look at an example. Mr. Marcel is in Japan. He wants to buy a watch for his daughter. The watch costs 7,696 and 58 Japanese yen. Mr. Marcel sees the current exchange rate posted in the store. As you can see, the exchange rate is up here. 1 yen is 0.008835 of a dollar. What is the cost of the watch in the US dollars? To find this out, you can set up and solve a proportion. Here's your proportion. Remember, proportion is 2 equivalent ratios. That means they have to equal each other. So there's the information that was given. 1 Japanese yen is 0.008835 US dollars, just because that's given. That equals 7,696.58 Japanese yen. How much US dollars would that be? Notice that both numerators correspond and both denominators correspond. Yen to yen, dollars to dollars. We are given this information. We know that the watch costs 7,696 and 58 Japanese yen. And now this is what we're looking for. So the way to solve this, like we've done before, is cross-multiply. Multiply both sides by X US dollars, Japanese yen times X US dollars, equals 7,696 and 58 Japanese yen times X US dollars, because we don't know what that would be. Simplify each side. When you simplify it, you're going to divide both sides by 1 Japanese yen, just as it's given, both sides. Simplify each side. As you can see, now you're left with X over 0.008835 equals 7,696 and 58 Japanese yen. Multiply both sides by 0.008835, and your average will be about, or your answer will be about $68. So the watch will cost about $68. Here's an on-the-spot assessment. Obviously, this will not count as an assessment grade. On Monday, €1 was equivalent to $1.58. Think about that. So €1 is $1.58. If Conrad spent €235 to purchase a gift for his grandma, how much money did he spend in US dollars? Take your time, write a proportion, solve it. On the next video, you'll see the answer, or in class. Let's develop and understand. Kara went shopping with her sister Sarah in Ireland. The currency in Ireland is the euro. The exchange rate was 1 US dollar equals 0.69638 euro. The girls paid $179.50 for a digital camera. What was the approximate cost of the digital camera in US dollar? Before you solve this, think about that. What makes sense? Is it going to be more than $179.50, or is it going to be less? Let's solve these two questions. Zen lives in Mexico. For a summer vacation, she went to China to visit family members. While visiting, she bought a bracelet that cost 34.50 pesos. The bracelet would cost about 23.4896 Chinese yen renminbi. What was the approximate change rate of pesos to yen? Question 3. Vincent traveled aboard with several of the school's foreign language club members. The students visited Switzerland, the United Kingdom, and Romania. Each student had to raise $800 for travel money. How much would $800 be worth in each country? And they break it down for you. US dollar equals 0.69638 euro, and 0.69638 euro equals 1.12326 Switzerland francs. 1 US dollars equals 0.69638 euro, and 0.69638 euro equals 0.51962 United Kingdom pounds. And the last one, 1 US dollar equals 0.69638 euro, and 0.69638 euro equals 2.53557 Romanian Nulu. In addition to setting up a proportion to find an exchange rate, you can use your knowledge of equations and graphs to convert currencies from different countries. Let's think and discuss. Suppose you know that the current exchange rate between US dollar and Mexican pesos is $1 to 10.75 pesos, or 10.75 pesos. How can you set up an equation that shows this relationship? Graph your equation, discuss what you can determine from the graph. The most common mistake that students make when proportions to solve problems is that they do not keep their ratios and rates in the same order from one part of the proportion to the next. That's the corresponding that we spoke about. When using rates, stress the importance of using the words given to set up the rate and or proportion. By using the words, you will always set up the proportion consistently. Develop and understand B. In exercises 4 and 5, a relationship is given between currencies. Describe each relationship with an equation. Graph the equation. 4. 1 euro equals $1.45. 1 US dollar equals 113.185 Japanese yen. You have previously converted Fahrenheit and Celsius temperatures. What similarity is there between currency conversions and temperature conversions? Last one. Share and summarize. Discuss with a partner why it is important to know the current daily currency exchange rate when you are traveling aboard. How could you use the daily rates if you are traveling in another country?